In the continuation of the previous lesson, pivot table, dashboard, part 1 and part 2. This is the part 3 lesson. So next we have to insert the 5th and 6th charts. So go here, the prompt. So unit sold versus revenue. We are using a combo chart here. And then in the product is in the rows, unit sold and total sales in the values. So again we select the one of the cell in the data, then insert pivot table and select the existing sheet and pivot table, select here, click OK. So pivot table template is ready. So here we want first one is product in the rows. So here product is dragged to the rows and unit sold to values and total sales also into the values. Here we can remove zeros after decimal by clicking here. Now we have to insert the chart, then pivot chart, and we are going to select the combo. So in the combo we are unit sold as the custard column chart and sum of total sales as the line chart. So we want a secondary axis also. Here primary axis is the revenue, then we click on here. So here another secondary axis is available, then click OK. Chart is available here. Then we can format this one by design. We select here. Okay, then also we can give the title, chart title we select, and we have to give the title heading. Select here, then product, sorry, here this one we can copy this one, then we can paste here. Now we can move this into our dashboard, Control X, then paste here. You can arrange it so here. So in this way another chart also available. Next one, the last one we have to place here. Then you go this monthly seasonality, that is every month the sales depends on month. We have to analyze whether a particular month have more sales or not. So here line chart is used, so month in the rows and total sales in the values. So again we have to insert the pivot table first in existing, select here, then click OK. Then month is available, so we created the month in our data. Okay, again we can select this and remove the zeros after decimal. Now we insert the chart. So here we want to select the line chart. Okay, and we can also select the design from here. Design, we select this, or we can select this one. So here both horizontal and vertical grid line is shown. So we can again hide this. Then we have to change the heading, that is copy, again paste it here. Okay, then we can move this, Control X, and paste here. So here one thing is it has a border line, so that is why it is shown as white. When you move everywhere the border line shows. So we can remove this border line by selecting the chart and right click on this format chart area, click on the format chart area. You can select here, this is the border. Then you can remove this white one. You can select the appropriate shade from here, suitable shade. Okay, so disappear the border line. So you can, if you want to further darken this, you can pick the desired color from this option. So here I think more dark. So okay, in this way we can change this. So all the 4 chart is here. Then we have to connect this 2 into our slices. We are not connected these 2 into slices. You can select this, then filter connection. You can select the month, the product, region, and year. 4 slices are here. Click OK. Then here what you see is here the unit sold versus revenue. So here we need not connect this chart to accessories because only one is shown here. So actually we want all the four. So this connection should be avoided. So click here for removing the filtering option. Then you go and filter connection, remove the accessory. That is from here you have to remove the product. Click on the product. Now when you click on this, no effect on this chart, but you can analyze the product wise units sold with the revenue. So similarly we can select this again, go to the filter connection. So no need not selecting the month because we are comparing the monthly seasonality. So when you select month also only one point will be shown. So we need not connect that in filter. So the other three are selected, then click OK. Then here everything is completed. So you can click here for watching the difference. So we may reduce this for showing this filter and the chart. You can resize this and place accordingly, that you can do for better visibility. That is the only thing we can do. Similarly we can place this here, so we can reduce this one. Okay, then again this also to be reduced. Okay, so why we are reducing the chart? Because we want to see the chart and the slices in one page. So while clicking on here we can easily see the different scenario of our sales. Okay, so we completed all the 6 chart by placing 6 pivot table. Now we know that all the pivot tables are placed in one sheet, and while clicking on this is a filter, the pivot table will be reduced. Here you see the first pivot table only this much of lines. So when you remove this filter, you can see this pivot table is very large. And also if you remove all the filter, so this is the actual size of the pivot table, you can see. So here it is 5, so more columns. So when you click on this, suppose you click here, here, or here, there is a change. So to see the pivot table, we have to, this slider needs to be moved. So when you see this, you may accidentally delete this. Suppose when you delete this column, what happens? So that is one of the precautions to be taken. So release this pivot table. Then you go to the dashboard and click on if you try to remove the filter, there will be a error message. We couldn't complete the action for the pivot table 2. So we not renamed the pivot table. So that is why it is shown pivot table 2 in the sheet pivot table, because there is already a pivot table 3 there. So make place and try again. So what happened? So this is the pivot table we reduced. This pivot table, when this pivot table expands, another pivot table is here and it overlaps. So that is why error message is shown. So again, suppose you try to remove the filter from here also, same message will come. Same message will come because it could not expand. You removed the columns from here. So in order to get the expansion pivot table, you have to insert the 3 columns you already deleted. So control plus 3 times. Now there will be no problem. You can either watch from here. Okay, no problem, no error message. Here also you can see no error message while selecting and removing the filter. So while placing more than one pivot table in sheet, you have to consider this matter. Don't remove the columns after placing the pivot table. Similarly here also, it's a large one. So it will be reduced when you click on this, selecting everything. So this is a one. You may place another pivot table here. So same thing happen. This pivot table expands row wise. Then there will be another pivot table here. This get overlapped and there will be similar error message. So in order to avoid this, So it is better to place pivot tables just like this. When go down to the expansion, there will be no error message if you're placing like this. And also keep the columns already there. When filtering up applied, number of columns may reduce. You should not remove the columns after adding the pivot table. So next one is, if you want to select more than one, so you remove the filter, all the filter is removed. Then if you want to select here 2002 you selected, then 2023, 2022 and 23 we have to, if you want to select together, so what happens, what we do, so click on this multi select, click on this. Now you can select these 2 years. So similarly, if you select here, you can, sorry, so if you select the 1 month, you want to select more than 1 month, click here, then 2 months, click selected. Here also you can select east and south together. Then here also, if you want to select more than one, then select here, more than one is selected. If you want to remove this, you click on this. It's just like a toggle button. If you want to remove, select only one, you can remove the selection, you can remove the selection. Or if you want to select only one, you can click on this for removing the multi-select option. So we completed all about the dashboard almost. Next time, so actually we have created 2 columns in the first part of the pivot table dashboard, 2 columns for month and year. Then we have created dashboard and added slices. So instead of this, we can use a timeline. So in the next class, we will explain how to add a timeline to the dashboard to control the values and the visual options of our chart. So we wind up the class for today. Thank you for watching the lesson. Next time we will meet again. Goodbye.